Verse 282 has been quoted by Nimisha. It reads, "The sage has no connection whatever with action, as he has no idea of accepting or giving up. Therefore, through constant engrossment on Brahm alone, do away with thy superimposition." Dearest Acharya Ji, Pranam, how does one come about a stage where one has no connection with one's action? And what does it mean to apply that in my daily life? Thank you. Nimisha is asking, what does it mean to not to be connected with one's action? Nimisha, how are you connected to your actions? Go into that. Before we delve into not being connected with one's actions, firstly let's understand what is it that we call as remaining connected with one's actions. Yes. What kind of connection do we have with our actions? Please. You do something. And then what is your relation with that action? You want something from that, right? You do something, it must protect that which you take as valuable. It must get more of what you think as valuable. It must do away with something. There is always an expectation attached with action. That is one's connection with action. You see, as I am speaking, my limbs are moving. Maybe the legs not so much, but certainly the hands, the arms. Action is happening, right? What if I have an idea of what right action is like? What would happen to the quality of my movement? And how would that make me feel? How would that affect my consciousness? If I have an idea of what the right gestures are, or what the right words are, or what is the right way of looking at the audience, if I have that relation with my action, that connection with my action, what would happen to this being? How would I feel?
You feel good, obviously, because you get.
If you know in advance, if you have an idea about what the right way of speaking at this very instance is, what is the effect it would have upon you?
Not being able to express.
Why won't you be able to express? What if you knew in advance what the right way of turning to him was? Right now your hands are like this. What if you knew in advance what is the right way of making your limbs act? And who will be holding the responsibility to make it perfect? You. How would you feel under that responsibility? Crushed. And what if you have no responsibility to take care of what is happening? What if you have no responsibility to come up with perfect words or perfect movement of limbs? Then what is your relation with the hand, with the speech? They are free and you are free. They are free and you are free. Now let the limbs do what they want to do, and let speech do what it wants to do. I remain distant.
But still we have fear of failure and fear of the society or where we are actually.
What is failure?
Getting certain kind of
So if the hand goes this way, this is success, and if the hand goes this way, this is failure. Right? Success and failure are nothing but pre-programmed connections with the action. If the action happens one way, I call it a success. If the action happens some other way, I term it a failure. Getting it? Now what is the verse saying? The sage has no connection whatever with action. Action belongs to the actor. The actor is always the one who can move and who has no option but to move, but to act. The bloodstream, the heart, the breath, the mind, the limbs, do they have an option to not to move? They would necessarily move. Is there an atom in the entire universe that does not move? How many atoms are there in the universe? If you count the number of atoms, you'll get a taste of infinity. You will know then that Brahman is not merely fiction. Something called infinity does exist. Out of all these atoms, show me one that is still. Physics would tell you that perfect stillness to an atom comes at 0 Kelvin. Minus 273 degree centigrade. And elementary physics tells you that 0 Kelvin has never been reached. Even to an atom, stillness never comes. Everything is always acting. And it requires no consciousness. Things just move because it is their prakriti to move. There is nothing that can ever be still. Now, why are you attributing that movement to yourself? Why are you? Even dead men move. Even dead men belch and fart. Would you say this fellow is doing it? Even after you are dead, your body keeps moving. What do you think? The moment you are gone, you meaning the doer consciousness, no, not soul. Even when the doer consciousness is no more, the body is still moving. No atom of the body is going to lie still, ever. What is your role there and why are you needed there? And why do you think it is your responsibility to control all the action? By taking that responsibility upon yourself, you have taken a massive load on your head. You are saying, I must dictate action. Doership is not about doing. Doership is about assuming that you are the doer. Please differentiate between these two. It's not as if you give up doership and doing would cease. Doing is the prakriti of the universe. Rather, action is the prakriti of the universe. But the stupid self starts assuming that he holds the responsibility to do and to do rightly. The fact of the matter is otherwise. The more you want to take matters in your hand, the more you trouble yourself. Without you, things are so very right. It's not as if some great intervention from your part is needed. Somebody asked me, how can man save the earth? Poor earth is withering away, going away. I said, by not doing anything for next 10 years. You don't need to save the earth. You just need to stop doing. Don't do anything for the next 10 years. Earth will be back to the pink of health. And if you want absolute health back, then let there be no intelligent activity for next 50 years. Keep your intelligence aside. And everything would be all right again. And by the way, the earth is not sick. The earth is just adjusting itself in a way that would eliminate human beings. The earth would go nowhere. Man would disappear. And once man is not there, the earth is back to fine fettle. And several species who just go into hiding, if they remain at all, would again sprout forth. It's man, the weakest of all species, that would be eliminated. It's not your doing that is needed. Hands know what to do. The speech knows what to do. You are an unnecessary intermediary. The speech knows from where to directly take orders. This hand also knows from where to directly take orders. Who are you who's talking about doing the action, being the actor? The heart knows, the physical heart that is, to take orders from Prakriti. Is your consciousness needed to make the heart tick? It knows to take orders from Prakriti. Because it is material, so it knows from where to take orders. What if you start giving orders to the heart? The intestines know from where to take orders. All the organs of the body know from where to take orders. They take orders directly from Prakriti. And it's best when they take orders only from Prakriti. Or would you rather want a pacemaker? If you have a pacemaker here in this hollow, then your heart is taking orders from man. not from Prakriti. What would you prefer? A heart that takes orders from Prakriti or a heart that takes orders from a pacemaker? Please. But you are pleased when you announce that you have now invented a pacemaker that can take the place of heart. It's not the body that is pleased really. The body loves the Prakritic heart, not the pacemaker. Similarly, the voice knows from where to take orders. It will not take orders from Prakriti. The intellect knows from where to take orders. The entire Antahkaran knows from where to take orders. And they don't take orders from Prakriti. Who are you, the one who is talking of being the doer? You are neither Prakriti nor Paramatma. Who are you? This system can take orders either from Prakriti or from Paramatma. Who are you, the doer? Would you reveal your identity? Who are you? You are not Prakriti for sure, because you are not material. And you are not Paramatma, because you are also not totally immaterial. You are some intermediary. Show your face. From where have you come? Neither are you just baby-like or animal-like, totally Prakritic. Nor are you divine. Who are you? Neither are you like a little kid who is nothing but Prakriti. Nor are you pure, immaterial, divine light. Who are you? You are some needless middleman. You have too many of them in India, don't you? When the work can directly be done, we still trust middlemen. The ego is that middleman. To take care of the body, Prakriti is sufficient. To take care of your worldly movements, basic worldly existence, Prakriti is sufficient. The nose knows how to breathe. You don't have to teach it. The eyes know how to blink. You don't have to teach them. Doership is not needed, or is doership needed? The mouth knows how to salivate. The stomach knows how to digest. And they take their orders directly from Prakriti. And the heart, and now I'm not talking of the physical heart. I'm talking of your essence. It knows love. It knows right action. It knows devotion. It knows freedom. It does not have to be taught to value freedom. It takes its orders directly from there, God, not from Prakriti. Prakriti has nothing for freedom. Let the physical heart obey Prakriti. Let the spiritual heart obey Paramatma. Your directions, your interventions are not needed. As I am speaking, I am breathing. For name's sake, am I breathing? Am I the doer of the breathing act? I am not. Who is the doer? Prakriti. And my job is to let Prakriti remain the doer. If I try to regulate my breath, I will only distort it. I'm all right. And as I am speaking, these words are being regulated by him. Am I the doer? My job is to firmly stand aside as an attendant. My job is to not to interfere when the master is speaking. Just as you are listening to AP, I too am listening to AP. He is my master as well. My job is to not to interfere when he speaks. My job is to not to interfere with Prakriti when the breath goes in and the breath comes out. And my job is to not to try to be the doer when somebody is speaking. Who is speaking? Not me. I am not the actor here. Needlessly, one tries to be the doer. One is unnecessary. That which is necessary would anyway never go away. Have the guts to go away. Have the guts to acknowledge that you are not needed. You are unnecessary. You are so afraid. And you are such a sucker for importance that you keep hanging around. You don't go away. You feel you are very important. You feel that if you go away, so many bad things will happen. No calamity is going to befall. In fact, if you go away, the real doer would find it far more easy and smooth to act. You are just a hindrance.